in front of a standing room only crowd. This joint is abuzz with activity. It's Game 4 of the National League Championship Series between the Chicago Cubs and the Washington Nationals. Hi again, everyone. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to our special postseason coverage of baseball on the show. With me are Eric Karros and Steve Lyons. And Steve, lots of storylines here as we approach the start of Game 4.
And you can see the results right there. It's been about what we'd expected up to this point. Very tightly played, very tightly contested series so far. It sits at 2-1 right now, but I've got a feeling it's going to take at least 6 games, maybe even all 7 games to decide a winner in this one.
Set for what should be a good one. Lineups and first pitch are next. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now your 2016 Washington Nationals.
And briefly here, a glance at the 2 starters who'll get the ball here in this one. With that, a look at the Cubbies' starting lineup. What's the key for them tonight, Steve?
Well, you're going to get a heavy dose of those sinking fastballs, so you've got to look for the ball to get up in the zone. If you swing at anything down, you're going to be rolling over pitches, and it's hard to get a rally started if you're hitting into double plays all day.
Tanner Roark will be on the mound for Game 4. What's your take on him, EK?
Yeah, Matt, in his last outing, he threw real well. Went into the 8th inning and got his ball club to win. He'll try and do that again here.
Now that we have a chance, let's take a look at how the Nats will align themselves defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric?
Well, guys, remember, this manager has not jumped on board with all the defensive shifts. Still that old school mentality, lays guys straight up. So we'll see how that impacts this game.
Here's the pitch taken for ball 1 as we get underway here at 7:06.
First pitch, 7:06.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Figure we'll probably see a heavy dose of that sinker here tonight.
It's really a pitch you'll lean on, especially when he needs that ground ball. But even in situations like this where he's just trying to get ahead.
Hard sinker misses. 2-2. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Set to deal on 2-2. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. And a full count as that misses. It's 3-2 now.
Wow, what an at-bat he's having right now. He's fought off some tough pitches. He's laid off a few pitches like that one. And now he's worked his way back to a 3-2 count.
Skied into straightaway right. Harper has a read on it. 1 down.
Well, I'll tell you what, this won't look like a whole lot in the box score, but anytime you can make a pitcher use up 8 pitches to get you out, you've done your job as a hitter.
Chris Bryant is the batter now as he looks at a ball 1-0. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Gary Simmons.
Well,
Some call Simmons a pitcher's umpire because he's been known to have a wide zone at times, but I think he evens it out, to be honest with you. Pretty fair overall.
And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Hit back up the middle. Murphy to his right. He has it. Throw gets him. 2 down. Anthony Rizzo will get his first opportunity here in Game 4. And you'd have to say he's been a non-factor here these first 3 games.
And if they're going to have any chance of moving on, he's going to have to step up his game. They need him to help anchor this attack, and he's been absent so far.
And a fastball runs in a bit too close for comfort that time. You got to figure that man right there would be more than happy to see this guy at the plate taking his swings with 2 out and nobody on all night long.
So would the guy on the mound.
Oh, and this just jumps off the bat here as this is to deep straightaway right field, and you can pretty much forget about this one. That is a long home run. A solo home run here for Anthony Rizzo. His first homer so far in the series, and the Cubs are on the board first, 1-0.
And this is what you expect when you make it to the postseason. I mean, you expect the guys that have carried you all year to keep on producing, and sure enough, he comes through again and delivers a no-doubter here.
Batting 4th.
In is Jorge Soler. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1.
Oh, it's so important to be able to strike first in a postseason game. Get that first run in, especially when you're the team playing on the road. Hopefully you can take a little life out of this big crowd.
A late swing on the slider, and quickly it's 0-2. Into the windup, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Sinker misses, and it's 1-2 now. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. The Cubs get a run courtesy of Anthony Rizzo. On to the bottom of the first, and the Cubs have an early 1-0 lead. Time now from our nation's capital to take a look at the Nats starting lineup. What's the key to sending fans home smiling tonight, Steve?
Well, they're already down by 1 after the top of the first, so you've got to get yourself right back into this ball game. Punch back a little bit and see if you can get your crowd back in it.
Jason Hamill is the man on the mound for the 4th game of the series. EK, what's the word on him?
Yeah, Matty, he'll look to build off of his last start where he got the win and only allowed 1 run.
With a quick breather here, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, Anthony Rizzo is really the centerpiece for this Cubs ball club. Offensively, we know what he does, but defensively, he really holds this infield together. Very fluid over at first base, good soft hands, and has a good throwing arm as well.
And here's a fastball called for strike 1. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Hayward has a read on it. Makes the play, 1 away. Anthony Rendon will get a shot here, and he's looking to get off the schneid. Hitless in the series so far.
And he's an important guy to get going. If they're going to have any chance in this series, he really needs to start getting a little more involved.
And a check swing here, but he clearly went around on a pitch that would have been a strike anyway. It's 0-1. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
Nothing fancy. 3 fastballs so far in this at-bat. He could go just about anywhere from here.
chopped at the plate. Contreras has it in time to first, and there are 2 away.
Batting third.
And with 2 away now, let's give you a look at what's happening in the American League Championship Series, as they've got a good matchup going on over there as well. Bryce Harper gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy work a little bit.
And, ooh, looked like a definite pitcher's pitch there on the inside, 1-1.
Right back inside with a fastball. This time, he got the call.
Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And this will not be caught. It's a foul ball. Now a ball hit in the air, but in play perhaps down the line. Just foul. 2 out, nobody on. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. It remains 1-0. Ben Zobrist will lead things off here, as it'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up to kick off the second.
Ben Zobrist.
Second inning starts with a fastball that misses. It's 1-0. That one's a called strike. Back even at 1. A curveball hit right back at him. And he'll flip on to first to record the out.
Batting 6th, catcher, Wilson Contreras.
Settling in now, Wilson Contreras, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball 1. On the corner away, a ball and a strike. Second inning here as the Cubs lead this one early 1-0. Look out, a fastball up near his dome, and that'll wake you up a bit.
He did not like that one bit. You know, it's one thing to work in with the hard stuff, but don't do it around the dome.
Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Hit the other way out toward right field. He leaps, but he can't get it. It's down for extra bases. And he'll round it and try for third. The relay, and he'll get in there safely.
I'm not sure if he got the greatest break on this ball out there in right field. You're going to see him leap right here at the end, and by the time he's able to run that thing down, it's not in time, and we're looking at a triple.
Addison Russell will stand in, and you see the numbers for the series so far. He's really been one of their unsung heroes.
Well, it seems like in just about every series, you get that one guy who really steps up, and he's been that guy so far.
That tails back over, strike 1. Drilled to first. Fielded cleanly by Zimmerman. Step on the bag for 1. But 1's all they get as the run scores.
And now's where he can't get discouraged out there. He's still pitching well, only down 2-0. Still plenty of time left to turn it around.
Jason Hayward Bats now, and we'll try to start over with the bases empty and 2 away following the RBI ground out.
And all he's looking for right now is a pitch that he can drive somewhere. You got to get on base, and preferably in scoring position, so maybe he can get his teammates to drive him in.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
And this is all about handling a guy like this with kid gloves. Now, walk him if you have to, but don't let him be the one to beat you.
And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. To short. Espinosa's up with it. Throw in time, and the side is retired. So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. The Cubs lead this one 2-0. Ryan Zimmerman will dig in here, and it's been a series to forget for him so far as you see the numbers there.
And with these guys just 1 game away from going home, he may not have too many more opportunities to turn things around. He's got to make every at-bat count from here on out.
Fastball in there for a called strike. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 2 now.
Very patient here to start the at-bat. Maybe even a little too patient, because now he's down 1 and 2.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to get anything better than that to hit.
Rizzo has room in foul territory, and the catch is made, 1 away.
Batting fifth, left fielder, Jason Worth.
Jason Worth will get a chance here, and you see the numbers for the series. He just has not gotten going yet.
Now, and if they're going to get back in this series, they're going to need him to get back in the groove, because this pitching staff has buried him so far.
First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. And here's a ball hit in the air. Contreras should have room. 2 down.
Batting sixth,
Daniel
second
Murphy
baseman.
gets his first chance here, looking to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Curveball looked at here for strike 1.
And you know, this is a guy that loves the ball down and in. It's one of the locations he really covers well, so they're going to want to mix their spots here.
And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. Ran 1 in on him there as this is hit softly to third. Solid base hit for him, his first of the afternoon.
Well, this is not exactly the most convincing swing you're going to see, but this is a results-oriented game. He manages to take the ball the other way and make his way aboard.
Wilson Ramos is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1. And he falls behind 0-2. Hamill sets. Here's the 0-2. And he reaches for one but can't find it as he's down on strikes for the final out. Nationals leave 1. They're still down. It's 2-0. Jason Hamill set to lead off the third. 9-1-2 due up.
Well, you know, it's always a tough inning when your pitcher leads off for you, because most of the time the guys just flat out can't hit. But who knows? Maybe he can get something started here and help himself out.
Starts him out with a slider for a strike. Off the plate and in. Hits a ball and a strike. Outside, 2-1.
When you start that pitch off the edge, most guys know well enough to lay off. You've got to start it on the edge if you want him to chase.
This is skied out toward right. Moving under it, Harper. 1 away.
The batter, number 22.
So 1 away now for the center fielder, Dexter Fowler. Into the windup and the pitch. And a slider tails outside for ball one.
Yeah, and when that pitch starts off outside, it's much easier to get a better view of it and then just lay off.
And this is just off the outside corner, ball two.
All right, now you've just seen 2 straight breaking pitches miss away. So as a hitter, you're going to eliminate that pitch. No way does he throw it a 3rd time.
Set to deliver on 2-1. 3-1 now as that misses down and in.
And he's got a little bit of work to do now to avoid that first walk.
Fly ball out to straightaway right. Harper giving chase. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. Stepping in, Chris Bryant. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Well, I think it was a sinker that he rolled over last time up, and he's probably going to see that same pitch again. You got to wait for a mistake up in the zone against a guy like this.
And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1. And that misses downstairs for a ball. 1-1. Ooh, he saws him off with that one. Foul.
That ball was so deep in his kitchen, that was the only thing he could do was foul it off, break his bat, and hope to get a better pitch on the next one.
They try to come in with the fastball, but it's too far in, and it's even at 2-2.
And I think you have to ask yourself, was he trying to throw a fastball for a strike right there? Or was he just trying to set me up for that changeup away?
Too high. Ball 3.
And you got the big thunder coming next, so you do not want to lose this guy.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Zimmerman is there to make the catch, and the side is retired. Cubs are down in order. They're up 2-0. Leading off the inning, Danny Espinosa, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Danny Espinosa.
A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
Well, he's gotten away here early with leaving some of these pitches out over the middle of the plate, especially to start some of these at-bats.
1-1. That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning. Coming to the plate now, Tanner Roar. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here. 0-1. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now. 0-2. And a minimum effort at bat that time as the pitch is taken for a strike 3 called, and he'll go back to focusing on pitching instead. 2 away now.
Center fielder number 9.
Ben Revere stands in looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. That's yanked into the stands. Strike 1. Look out as this bat shatters on impact.
Wow, just a jam sandwich right there, and all he's holding is about half of his bat. Those look like the kind of bats I used to swing with.
Another one sent foul. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. Back with more of Game 4 on the show after this. Anthony Rizzo is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with one swing of the bat because you know he has big-time power.
And a high strike there, 0-1.
Yeah, and even though that's a tough one to get on top of, I think he'd say he got away with one right there. That's in too good a location when the matchup's not in your favor.
chopped toward the second baseman. A barehand play by Murphy. Got him.
No way. That was awesome. And you know, sometimes these guys make it look so easy, we forget how difficult it is to make a play like that. Not only did he barehand this ball, but he also made a sweet throw on the run over to first base. So often you'll see a guy airmail or short hop a throw like that because of the bad grip you have on the ball. But not in this case. That's a nice play.
Jorge Soler comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Here's a changeup that's right there, 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, and on 2-1 right now, you gotta figure this guy's wound up for the fastball here. Maybe you come with the breaking ball here out of the zone and hope he goes after it.
Three and 2 now. Ben Zobrist is on deck. 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. In the air to straightaway right. Harper is under this one. And there's the second out of the inning.
Boy, and he's come out with a plan against these hitters, and he's executed that plan to perfection here early on. That's 7 in a row now he's set down.
Striding in, Ben Zobrist, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
And you know, guys, he's not quite as successful when he's batting left-handed in general. He tends to have more success from the other side.
They'll start him with a sinker here, but that sinks a bit too much that time. It's 1-0. Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, one of the real strengths of his game is that he's not going to go after a whole lot of bad pitches out of the strike zone. So he's a guy that's going to make you earn it by only swinging at strikes.
3-0 now. Now a hard liner toward short, and that is in there for a 2-out base knock. Wilson Contreras will dig in. He tripled and later scored his first time around.
Yeah, he already got to show off those wheels, so let's see if he can make it happen again in this at-bat.
Runners on the move for second. Pitch swung on and missed. The throw way late, and he's in there easily at second.
It obviously makes a huge difference if you pick the right pitch to run on. This is a changeup here, and it's down in the zone. If this is a fastball up, maybe it's a different story. But this throw's not going to be in time to get him at second base.
This one's down to third. And the stolen base winds up as a moot point as the inning is over. Cubs strand 1 as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Anthony Rendon will stand in now to lead things off, and he'll do so against a guy who's definitely in a groove out there.
Yeah, he struck out the side his last time through, and they've got to do something to get this guy out of the role that he's been on.
That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. Hamill has his target ready with the 1-1 pitch. Slider is right there. 83 on the gun. It's 1-2.
We're already at 4. Do I hear 5 strikeouts in a row?
A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. Outside and low that time. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Ooh, there's a tough one to take right there on a 1-2 pitch, especially after fighting off so many pitches leading up to that one.
And he will take strike 3 called. He's got another one. 5 straight strikeouts, and that's the first out of the inning. Here comes the first pitch. Bryce Harper is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1.
This guy's been amazing. He's thrown a first pitch strike to around 80% of the batters he faced, and we're in the middle innings now, so you know he's doing well.
Hit hard on the ground to third. On to first, and there were 2 down.
Now batting, first baseman.
Digging in to try it again, Ryan Zimmerman. His last at-bat didn't go his way as he popped out in foul territory.
Yeah, his swing definitely broke down a little bit last time. He got way underneath the ball. It'll be interesting to see if he can make that adjustment and stay on top of the ball here.
Seared down the first baseline. Onto the bag with it is Rizzo, and the inning is over. Nationals gone in order. They're down 2-0. Addison Russell heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one. And some action out in that Washington bullpen now as we see both a left-hander and a right-hander throwing. First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. A good tailing fastball for a strike, 1-1. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. Gloved by Murphy. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
Now batting, right fielder.
Jason Hayward stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. Here's the first pitch to him. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1. Up the middle and off the pitcher's leg. Thankfully, he's able to recover, and he gets the 2nd out at first.
The pitcher number 39.
Jason Hamill is at the plate now. Flied out in his first at bat. In there for strike 1, 0-1. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Belted high in the air out to left. Worth going back. Still ranging back. Gone! A solo shot here to left. His first homer here in the series. And the Cubs have taken a 3-0 lead.
Such a good start to the inning. He kept the ball down, got 2 ground ball outs. You're thinking, hey, he looks like he's in charge out there. But then he makes one mistake to the 3rd guy here, and it winds up leaving the yard.
Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Swing and a drive. This one's deep to right. Back goes Harper. Gone. Back-to-back jacks on back-to-back pitches. A solo home run there for Dexter Fowler. His first homer so far in the series. And with it, the Cubs have moved out in front now 4-0.
Well, this place just hasn't stopped buzzing from the last home run. Now, all of a sudden, 1 pitch later, you're watching another guy take a trot around the bases. That just shows you can't take any pitches off in this game.
Chris Bryant will get his 3rd shot at it here. He's bounced out and popped out in his previous 2 trips.
Well, on the bright side, I guess, he is putting the ball in play. He's just not getting that solid contact that you're looking for when a guy's really seeing the ball well.
Oh, and this at-bat is quickly moving from bad to worse. It's 0-2 now.
Ooh, anytime you can get a big league hitter to look like that, you know you've thrown a great pitch.
Now a check swing, but that's in there for strike 3 anyway, and the inning is over. So 2 runs come across here, both coming via the solo home run. Last half of the 5th coming up. The Cubbies are in front 4-0. Jason Worth will stand in to lead things off here, and his guys have been unable to get anything going to this point.
Yeah, and you think so many times in the postseason, we see starting pitching really come to the forefront, and this guy's been every bit as good as advertised so far.
Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike. High and deep to straightaway right. Back goes Hayward, still going back. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning. A little bit over halfway home tonight, bottom of the fifth, as we get a look at our line score to this point. And boy, just one hit for these guys, and they have not swung the bats well. That's putting it mildly. Daniel Murphy is at the plate as he takes a cold strike one. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Bases are empty, one man out. Can't quite get around in time to keep it fair, and it remains 0-2. Hot shot on the ground is short. Gloved by Russell. Throw in time at first for out number 2. Wilson Ramos will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Now, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
Down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike.
But this is the thing that's so impressive about this guy. He'll show you that good breaking ball, but then he'll run that fastball up the ladder at 92, 93.
Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Felipe Rivero will get the call here as he'll start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 73.
Anthony Rizzo will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ball game. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. Into the seats, 0-1. The 0-1. Fastball called for strike 2.
I think generous is the word here. That looked like it was 6 inches off the plate.
That misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure.
Not too sure how you take that one on 0-2.
Yeah, not too sure how you call it a ball either.
And a half swing that time, but it's a full swing in the eyes of the umpire, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Left fielder
Jorge Soler will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out, 0 for 2 thus far. Hit in the air to straightaway center. Revere is under it, 2 gone.
The second baseman, number 18.
Ben Zobrist will dig in, 1 for 2. He grounded out the first time and followed that with a base hit in his second plate appearance. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a fastball's in there for strike 1. A swinging bunt to the mound. And the throw just does beat him at the bag, so the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs, but they hold a 4-0 lead. Danny Espinosa will come in now to start things out here in their half of the 6th as they look for a reversal of fortunes here. The first 5 innings have not been particularly kind to them.
Yeah, and I think that's putting it mildly. Just 1 hit in these first 5 innings. They're going to need to do a better job of finding good pitches to hit. But that fella on the mound has not made it easy on him, and that's for sure.
And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1. Nipped the corner, 2-2. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
And sometimes this is all you have to do. Throw a ton of strikes and keep the ball in the yard. It's worked for him so far.
Went Robinson.
Lays off 1-0. Not the first time he's felt the squeeze tonight.
Yeah, he's looking and saying, what do I got to do to get a strike?
This one's a strike. It's 1-1. 1 out, nobody on. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Got him. And that's 8 strikeouts now for him in the ball game.
And a lot of times you might say, 4-run lead, we'll make that up. But I tell you, the way he's throwing the ball right now, they might be fortunate just to get 1 run off.
Ben Revere is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1. Chop foul over towards the dugout. Hamill gets the sign. 0-2 on its way. A little bouncer, but that one rolls foul. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors so far for the Nationals. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Chop foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. He spoils another one, and we'll do it again. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. That's lifted the other way out to left. Soler is there, and that's the 3rd out. Nationals gone in order. They trail here 4-0. Jonathan Papelbon is on to pitch now as he'll take over to start inning number 7. Wilson Contreras strides in, grounded out his last time through. First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0.
He just about went around. He was lucky to put on the brakes when he did.
Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. This is hit high and deep out to left. Looking up is Worth. Gone! A solo shot here to left. His first homer here in the series. And the Cubs have now opened this up to a 5-0 lead.
Well, this is the chance you take when you work up in the zone like this. I mean, this is right in his happy zone, and he jumps all over it and sends it right over the wall.
Now batting, shortstop, Addison Russell.
Here's Addison Russell.
Nope.
A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1-0. Well, they put the measuring stick on that last home run, and it came up 403 feet. Not close. It's 2-0. Base is empty here with nobody out. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. The ball flying around the yard in this one, as you see so far there. And that misses as well. Ball 4, so it's a 4-pitch walk here.
And once he got to 2-0, I think he started peeking over at that on-deck circle because it was pretty clear that he didn't want any part of this guy.
Jason Hayward will stand in again. A couple of groundouts for him on the ledger in his 2 trips so far.
Yeah, just sort of rolling over on it, guys. See if he can make a small adjustment and get through one.
And it's far too late as he steals second with ease. A runner at second, nobody out. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Worth on the move. He's got it one away. The tag, and they got him at third. It's a double play.
Now batting,
Jason Hamill will stand in yet again as we flash you back to the middle innings. This was a turning point here. A solo home run that was really one of the key at-bats of the ball game to this point. Squares with 2 outs and gets it down. Throw to first will get him as they pounce on it quickly to snuff out the bunt attempt. Cubs tack on another courtesy of this solo home run. Get up and stretch. It's the Cubs 5 and the Nationals nothing. Anthony Rendon will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips.
Yeah, not showing too much so far, but he's got a chance to make something happen right here. See if he can put those other ABs behind him.
And this is hauled in on the run for the out, and he had a lot of ground to cover to get to that one. Bryce Harper will dig in for the 3rd time now. He struck out and bounced out in his first 2 trips. Chopped foul right at home plate at strike 1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate with the fastball as he backs him off a bit.
Please, Hamill, don't hurt him.
Line drive to left. And that's in for a base hit. Make it a 1 for 3 games so far. Ryan Zimmerman will stand in, and he, like so many others, hitless in the ball game so far. And that misses for ball 1. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. That'll be a souvenir, and the count will move to 1-1. Pitch in the dirt, and that gets away. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch. Runner at second here with 1 man out. Now a ball hit hard but foul as this one forces the third base coach to dance out of danger. Launch to right field and deep. Hayward racing back to the track, and it's gone. So a 2-run home run for Ryan Zimmerman. His first homer so far in the series, and it's now a 5-2 game.
And that's what you're paying your big horse to do out there. I think he knew he wasn't going to get a fastball right there, so he just stays back as long as he can and then just explodes right through the zone.
Here's Jason Worth.
left fielder, Jason.
As he'll swing and miss at a first pitch slider at strike 1. Yet again, another first pitch strike.
And it's a big reason of why he's having the success he is. You establish the count in your favor right away, and it just opens up the door to so many more options going forward.
Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Cubs have someone working in their bullpen now as a right-hander's begun to get loose. Oh, and he's really got the strikeout pitch working now as he notches number 9 in the ball game. Daniel Murphy will dig in here. 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out so far.
Yeah, putting the ball in play. Sometimes that's half the battle.
And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0.
And that's a pitch you have to lay off right there. That tight slider busting down and out of the zone. All that can do is tie you up.
That'll find its way out of play. Still going to have a good hitter's count. 2-1 now. Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. Looking for his 10th strikeout. Rocket to third, right at the third baseman, and that'll end the inning. Nats pick up a pair in the inning on this 2-run home run. 7 complete here tonight. It's the Cubs 5 and the Nationals 2. Oliver Perez will be summoned from the bullpen now as he'll take over to start inning number 8. Dexter Fowler will be the first one to greet him as he'll have to turn around and bat from the right side of the plate here.
And now he gets to face some fresh meat. He's already got 1 homer in this game, remember.
Perez with a good fastball there to start the at-bat. No balls and a strike. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. To 2-2 now.
Doing a good job right there of tying him up inside. Got it in on his hands that time before he could get that barrel through the zone.
Chopped weakly to the left. Espinoza is there. Throw won't be in time as he reaches it first.
When you talk about guys that can get out of the box quickly and get down that line in a hurry, this is one of the best in the business. This ball's hit slowly, so it was going to be dicey right from the start. They just can't get him.
Chris Bryant stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. From the stretch, runner goes for second. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Throw on by Espinoza takes care of him for the first out. Anthony Rizzo strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. First pitch coming. Here it is. Chop foul at the plate. Strike 1. Oh and 1. Here it comes. Oh, has him looking silly here. It's 0-2. Tough spot here for a left-handed hitter facing a guy that's exceptionally tough on lefties.
Yeah, you generally get so many at-bats against right-handed pitching. Now you're in a good RBI spot, and you're stuck facing a guy like this.
And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that time. 2 away. Jorge Soler will stand in now, hoping to get on track as they've been able to neutralize his power out of the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 thus far.
Well, guys, it just hasn't been his day. You know, sometimes cleanup hitters are sort of all or nothing type hitters. But hey, he's still got a chance to make an impact on this game right now.
And it's quickly 0-2. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2.
And now here 1-2. This is where you need your best pitch. You've got to strand that runner out there at second base and keep the deficit just at 3.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Back up the middle, and that'll get through. It's into center, a base hit. He'll come home with it. The tag, and he is out at the plate on a great throw from the outfield.
On the money.
1 left for the Cubs, and it remains 5-2. Leading off the inning, Wilson Ramos, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Well, it's a close ball game, but it's starting to get late, so they need to get at least 1 back here in this inning.
Hamels is ready. First pitch on the way. In there for strike one. A funny thing happened on the way to his shutout in the last inning. Any surprise that he's back out there for the 8th?
Well, if it's me, I think I let the bullpen try and take me home, but he might have said something between innings that made his manager change.
Meanwhile here, this ball's given a pretty good ride out to deep left field, and that is going to clear the wall. A home run. A solo shot here to left. His first homer here in the series, and it's a 5-3 game now.
Well, when you start relying on one pitch out there, you become a one-pitch pitcher. There's no doubt in the hitter's mind what's coming. He's sitting on this one all the way, and he launches it right over the wall.
Now time is called, and this might be to buy a little time for that reliever to get loose. On his way toward the mound now is skipper Joe Madden, and that's going to be all for Jason Hamill. 7 solid innings for him in this one as he gave his club a very strong outing indeed. Hector Rondon is on to work as he'll take over here in the 8th.
Number 56, Hector Rondon.
Into the box, Danny Espinoza. Chopped foul right at home plate. No outs, nobody on. Swung on, and this one's driven in the air as well to deep right field. Out of here. She was a wall scraper, but it counts just the same. A home run. Solo shot to right center. His first homer so far in the series. As they pull within 1 here, it's now a 5-4 game.
Goodness, this is just the second pitch that's coming on, and I guarantee you he was not looking to put it there. This is right in the wheelhouse, and he just didn't miss that one.
Jose Lobaton is going to get a chance to swing the bat here, as that's going to be all for Perez in this one. Mike Montgomery is on to work as he'll take over here in the 8th.
Mike Montgomery.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Surprised that there's no pinch hitter here?
Shocked is more the word for me. You're losing, but you're letting a reliever hit? I just don't get it.
Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now. 0-2. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Fowler on the run. He makes the play. A fine running catch to get the first out of the inning.
And with all the runs that have scored tonight, you'd think that ball would have had some carry to it. I don't think he got that one flush, though.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Ben Revere comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Try to bunt his way on base here, but this will roll foul. And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the 2nd time here tonight.
Well, you're always gunning for a strikeout when he's at the plate because his legs make him so dangerous, even when he hits just a slow grounder. So nice job of keeping him off base right there.
Joe Smith will come on here looking to get the final out in the home half of inning number 8.
Joe Smith.
First pitch on its way. Anthony Rendon is at the plate now as he looks at strike 1. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Grounded to short. Russell has it. And a bit of a high throw that time, but not much problem over there at first, as that will end the inning. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left aboard. We're through 8 full here in Game 4. It's the Cubs 5 and the Nationals 4. The obligatory look at the Capitol building here in Washington, D.C. Set to go for the 9th inning here from Nationals Park. Sean Kelly come on now to start the 9th inning as he looks to keep this deficit right where it is for the bottom of the 9th. Striding in to start the 9th, Ben Zobrist, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning. 9th inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. Look out, 2-0 now.
Well, not close on either of these first 2 pitches. And he's going to have to find the release point quick before he loses the leadoff guy.
He's set, and the 2-0 pitch. All over the place to start the 9th. It's 3-0 now. One thing that man right there will not tolerate, leadoff walks.
Especially right out of the bullpen. This might be a quick outing if that happens.
But this will be gloved out there at second as he didn't have far to go for the out.
The catcher, number 40.
Wilson Contreras will stand in to try it again, already with 1 home run of the ball game, and on cue, here it was back in the 7th inning, a solo shot that provided quite a spark for these guys. First offering on its way. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. The 0-2 home. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball 1.
Yeah, you could tell right there. 0-2, he's just thinking about protecting the plate. And he nearly chased a bad one there. But he caught himself at the last possible instant.
And this one's tapped foul at home plate. Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2. And a swing and a miss here, and the first 2 are dispatched to begin the 9th. Addison Russell stands in, reached on a walk in his last trip.
Addison Russell.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Oh, and just a miserable effort there. It's 0-1. Think you'll see another one of those before this at-bat's through?
After that swing, I think you can just about take that to the bank.
And he couldn't pull that one back as he clearly broke the plane to the plate, and that'll be ruled a strike. Can't get it down on the pitch in the dirt. And that ends the inning. Cubs are down in order. They lead it 5-4.
Your attention, please. Now
So with a save situation on tap, they'll hand the ball over to a formidable force indeed. The very hard-throwing left-hander, Aroldis Chapman. Leading off the inning, Bryce Harper, and they'll need him to get something going here. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1.
Getting that first pitch strike is so important against a guy like this. You have to be able to work ahead in the count and not let him dictate the at-bat.
And not a real good cut at that slider, and he's behind 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that'll get a groan from the home supporters here. 1 away.
Well, this is what you want out of your closer. Comes in firing darts, and it's a very quick out, number 1.
Stepping up to the plate, Ryan Zimmerman. He went deep in his first at-bat, and we'll see what he's got in store for us here. Here's a slider to start things out, but it misses by a few inches or so. It's ball 1. That's wide, 2-0. And a good comeback fastball there. It's 2 balls and a strike. Very difficult to get on top of a pitch when it's coming in that high.
Darn near impossible when it's coming at you in the high 90s. You just can't get your hands up there fast enough to stay on top.
Chapman has the target. Here he comes on 2-2. 3-2. On deck is Jason Worth. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Hit hard toward the right side, but good hands over there at first, and that becomes out number 2.
Yeah, and that would have been nice to get that tying run on base, and this ball's definitely hit hard enough. It's just right at his man.
Here's Jason Worth. As he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. And that's waved at and missed. So now the Nationals are down to their final strike here. Boy, no messing around here in this 9th inning.
And that's a closer's mentality. They're not usually the best at setting guys up. They're going to come right at you with their best pitching. That's usually a fastball.
And he gets strike 3 called to end it here. And with that, this one is over.
Oh, that's just flat out nasty. Chapman's got to be the guy you least want to see out there in the 9th inning. He gets the final 3 outs here, and he picks up a save.
A tight ball game all throughout. Winds up a slim 1-run victory in the end as we get you one final look at our line score. Well, guys, as you know, if you're going to pick a time to have a big ball game, you may as well make it happen in the playoffs. And this man right here obviously did. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, no time like the postseason to come through and prove your mettle. I think his performance here was by far the big key to this ball game.
So that's a wrap here tonight. Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, Matt Vasgersian, you've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Facebook at MLB The Show. The Cubs win this one 5-4. Good night from D.C.
Here now is